Hi everyone, welcome to the May 2025 Networth video. Before I get into the numbers, just background information. My name is Mona. I am 41 years old. I am single. I live in New York City, which is a high cost of living area. I have one child who is 6 years old, but she's also special needs, and I am a homeowner. So with that, let's get started. Drum roll, the net worth for May 2025 is $848,726.71. I was really excited to see this number, given the past couple months' net worth has not been good just because of how bad the stock market has been performing. But what made it more encouraging to me, or why I was so excited, was because essentially the next $50,000 in net worth is going to put me at the $900,000 mark, and then it's going to be countdown to having $1 million in net worth and being a millionaire technically. So yeah, that's really exciting. Will it happen this year? I don't know. Based off how the stock market is performing, most likely no, but who knows? I might be pleasantly surprised. So really happy to see this number again, given the recent pullback in the stock market. And I'm just hoping it keeps on going up because I desperately need it to. Okay, so starting all the way from the top, looking at my assets, my Bank of America checking account. This is the account I use for my monthly expenses for myself and my daughter. Balance on that was $4,356.59. That's a decrease of $900.32 from the prior month. Again, this is essentially a wash account. All the money in this account will get spent down, or it gets spent down for that particular month's expenses. So I include it because, again, it is cash that I have. So I just want to be transparent. But again, it's literally just a wash account. Next, moving on to my Ally Bank savings account. Balance on that was $15,557.42. That's an increase of $366.44 from the prior month. I was able to put that much extra into my Ally savings account, primarily to go towards building up my emergency fund. So $14,000 of this balance is specifically for my emergency fund. I'm trying to, build up my cash reserves, especially again, what's been happening in the stock market and just the pullback and the negative growth that I've been experiencing. Really wanted to make sure that my cash was increasing, just to provide some additional security again for myself and my daughter. 401k balance on that was $314,537.25. That's an increase of $18,621.77 from the prior month. Now, before you get happy about this, like I was saying, the stock market has had a major pullback the past couple months. So this is essentially probably earnings that I should have gotten in March that now I'm getting some of it. So it's still not in the green from the time that I maxed out the 401k in March, but we're making progress, which is really great. And I just hope that progress continues, because the 401k, I maxed it out in March of this year, and that was $23,500. So again, this is just some of that gain coming back, but it's not new gains, if that makes sense. So happy to see it, but honestly, if the stock market had performed even decently, this balance should probably more realistically be probably at $335,000. All right, moving over to my M1 Finance brokerage account. Balance on that was $239,436.35. That's an increase of $11,940.06. So similar to the 401k in March, I think I put in like $18,000 into the brokerage account, and the market just completely wiped it out. So this is just the market, having some increase for now, and me trying to, and it essentially trying to recoup some of that money, that large sum of money that I put into it. If the market again had performed even just decently, this balance should be more like $250,000 plus. So, like, yeah, great, it's going in the right direction now, but the stock market is very unpredictable. Who knows where these balances are going to land? But for the month of May, it was nice to see it actually going up. All right, and then the M1 account for the month of May, I put in $950. So that's how much I invested for that month. So the overwhelming majority, of course, is the growth in the market. And then moving over to my Robinhood brokerage account, balance on that is $1,769.62. That's an increase of $396.96 from the prior month. This all has to do with how my individual stocks and crypto are performing. So this portfolio in particular, it's like my fun, like willing to lose everything in it portfolio. So it's all crypto and individual stocks. So I just have it there just to see like what would happen. Maybe I'll strike it rich, even though I don't think I will with such a low such a low balance. But I haven't deposited any additional money into it for the month of May, and I'm not planning to do that for the rest of the year. So we'll just see how it performs and take it from there. And then my Roth IRA balance on that is $48,334.22. That's an increase of $2,711.54 from the prior month. Again, similar to the 401ks, similar to the brokerage account. In March, I maxed out the Roth IRA, so I did do a lump sum of $7,000, and then the market completely crashed. So this is just some of that money just coming back. It hasn't fully come back yet. If the market had performed even at a decent level, this balance should have been well over $50,000 at this point in the year. But again, it's going in the right direction. Hopefully it stays in that direction. And then my health savings account, or my HSA, balance on that was $34,918.49. That's an increase of $2,604.19 from the prior month. For May, I deposited a total of $587.50 into the HSA. So the rest of it is actually growth, which is really good. Now, about $890 of this balance is in cash, because when the market was essentially crashing, I just realized the importance of having some level of cash versus having everything 100% in the market. So I did the future deposits that got put into the HSA. I just held it in the cash reserve spot, and I'm just trying to build that up to $1,000. So the next deposit that goes into it, I'm just gonna put that in cash, and then starting in the month of June, I'll go back to investing in the HSA. But I at least want to have $1,000 in cash, just in case I need to use the HSA for whatever reason, or just to like not have again 100% of it in the stock market, even though yes, the overwhelming majority of it will still be in the stock market, because again, only $1,000 would be in cash, with the rest of it completely invested. And then moving over to the ABLE account. ABLE stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience, and it's an investment/checking account for people with disabilities. I mentioned before, I have a daughter. She is 6 years old. She is severely intellectually delayed, so most likely will require 24-hour care for the rest of her life. So I am just trying to do the best as I can as her parent to, set her future up for success. So that was, did I say the balance? Okay, I'll say it. $47,714.07 in the ABLE account. That was an increase of $2,420.99 from the prior month. For the month of May, I put in $260 into the ABLE. So this is phenomenal growth for this account, which of course is very personal to me, and I'm very happy to see that increase. But again, if the market had performed even decently, this balance should technically have been over $50,000 by now. But I'm still happy with the progress that it has made, and fingers crossed, no major pullback in the stock market, and this balance can get to over $50,000 by the end of the year. All right, and then my home is valued at $435,000. This was the purchase price in August of 2023, so I've just kept it flat this entire time and will continue to do so. So that's a difference of $0. So if I add up all of my assets, the total is $1,141,624.01. So that's an increase of $38,161.63 from the prior month, which is great. And I hope I have a couple more months of these increases, because I need to really get back all the money that I've lost in the stock market thus far, and then some actual growth on top of it. All right, moving over to the liabilities. I just have my mortgage. I don't believe in credit cards or do the points game. I just pay cash for it. And if I can't pay cash for something, I just don't buy it. And I save up for it. And then when I'm able to pay cash for it, then at that point that I buy it. I like to keep my life very simple. So just have the mortgage balance. The balance in May was $292,897.30. That's a decrease of $4,657.31 from the prior month. So I did go ahead and put a significant extra payment in the month of May to the mortgage. So in extra payments, I put $4,215, and the remainder, I think it's about like $442, was my normal mortgage payment and the amount that goes to the principal. So definitely wanted to see some progress on the mortgage. Again, the stock market wasn't performing good, and I just wanted to like put my money towards something that I would actually see a difference versus it just disappearing into the stock market zone. So I'm glad I did that big payment on the mortgage, just to bring it down. And yeah, it helped tremendously with this month's net worth. So if I take my assets minus my liability, that's what brings me to the $848,726.71. And that's a total of $42,818.94 from the prior month. So a really nice increase in 1 month. And we'll see what happens over the next couple months through the end of the year. But making progress, one slowly, right? Slowly making progress, but hoping to, really see some gains at some point throughout the rest of the year. All right, so that was my update for May of 2025. Let me know how your May net worth went. I'm assuming everyone was probably most likely up if you're invested in the stock market. So would love to hear your success as well. All right, I will catch you next month. Bye.